After dark, it's ripping season. After dark, it might happen for the wrong reasons. After dark, and it don't cease until the break of dawn.
Hey, it's Flint After Dark. I'm back, y'all, Miss G. It has been a long time since I've seen you guys. Feels good, you know? I'm so excited. We're still looking for more talent. Rappers, singers, poets, comedians. If you got a talent you want to share it, dial 239-2901. That's 810-239-2901. Tonight, I'm here at the Good Beans Cafe with Spoken Word event tonight, and our special guest is Ether Rail and Tom Boudet. Check this out.
Appreciate you so far. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next feature. And this is Tom Boudet. Hold on, I gotta say the part.
And this is Tom Boudet.
Yeah, it was kind of abrupt. He sees no need for a bio. Yes, it's true. It's on the paper. He developed this view growing up on the east side of Detroit. No one needs a bio as a carpenter, which he was. No one needs a bio as a high school teacher, which he is training to be. Things you do not need to know about him include: he is easily amused and considers that a survival technique. He has a genuine desire to make you feel included in the dialogue of life. He thinks that this poetry thing is a great way to camouflage the really essential work that is getting done to make this a better world for all of us. Yes, that's a great way to use that. Standing ovation right there. Boom. Also, he likes pie.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all care about pie more than the people, but it's cool. He likes pie, preferably some sort of berry. So make sure you remember that. If you want to get him something, a berry, yes, a pie, strawberry pie or something like that, raspberry. Yes. People eat strawberry pie? I do. Okay. All right. Y'all gonna argue about the berries. If it has berry in it, he likes it, okay? He's a phenomenal writer, a passionate poet, a never-ending educator, social activist in Detroit, and in the words of Traci Currie, simply too damn cool. Give it up for Tom Boudet.
I didn't write that last part. That's all Tracy's doing. I'm gonna get rid of this. Is that okay? Yeah. Just hear my self-whistling in my ears. That's no good. Yeah, the whole thing about pie, I do like pie. John the Booker had this amazing thing going for him where he told people he liked beer and chicken, and so at his gigs, they would bring him beer and chicken. Like to the point where he named an album Heaven, and on the back you flip it over, it says beer and chicken. I'm hoping I can do the same thing with pie. Because I just found out my fiance doesn't like pie, and pie, so I have to step up my pie game in other ways. So,
I'm gonna get you a pie too.
that being said, next time you guys see me, if I'm performing and you bring pie, I'll just be like, shit, bro. That'll be awesome. I'm just gonna go through poems like crazy now. Is that alright? Okay. Yeah. This is a semi-true story. They're all kind of semi-true stories. This is called Have You Accepted? I was walking one way, down the path I chose, while he, appropriately enough, was on the same path, just walking in the opposite direction. And as us two strangers met on that partly sunny summer pavement, he asked me one question, which in hindsight, I realized was a haiku. He said, "Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior?" And then he stood there, as if he was interested in my reply, as if he was waiting to hear what I was going to say, as if it was any of his business. But as I silently counted syllables and tried to organize my thoughts into a valid response, he started speaking again, and I slowly came to the realization that he didn't care what I was going to say. So I listened to his speech. I took his literature. I wished him a good day and kept walking down that path I chose. But I often come back to that moment, to his face, to the questions I never got to answer, Questions I never got to ask. Things like, have you accepted Jesus Christ? As a man of both social and personal change. Have you come to grips with the fact that he was a Jew and most likely didn't have blue eyes? Do you realize that he was killed by religious fundamentalists? People that feared his new way of thinking because it threatened their sense of comfort.
Right.
Can you embrace Mahatma Gandhi as a man of God? Buddha as a vessel for divinity, Muhammad as a holy being. Do you realize that if you hold up the image of God before the entire world, not everyone sees the same thing? And will you take that as beautiful? Can you accept that maybe your image is not for everyone? That there are other ways? I have found other ways. I have touched God while dancing, sweating blood and beauty and chaos, just shaking it from my hair. I have heard her whisper in songs of meditation, music you've condemned without hearing. I have stretched and broken my body, learned that pain is a gift. I have woven my muscles to become a pillar of blood, reaching from the arched blue dome of the sky to the black pits of fertile earth, and all the while, my God saw me. And my God knows me. And my God is okay with the creature I have become. So can you accept that there are other ways? That we all have a line we must walk in. Maybe your footsteps don't fit my stride. And all I really need from you is room in your faith. The way I made room for you in mine. And maybe, just maybe, the destination is not the answer. But rather, how well we walk that path we chose.
Are you interested in helping your community? Are you concerned about the homeless, literacy, or other community needs? Would you consider mentoring a young person, helping an older adult, or planting a garden? Then you're a perfect candidate to volunteer here. It's a webpage designed to match your time, talent, and interests with a variety of volunteer opportunities right here in your community. Just visit www.volhere.org and enjoy a rewarding time doing what you do best. A service of the Resource Center.
Hi, my name's Paul Herring Jr., and my dad said he'd pay me $25 for every person I got to come down and join the village, whatever that means. So I figured I'd just come on TV, smile real nice, and ask you guys to come down and join the village. So if 1,000 of you guys come down and tell my dad you saw this commercial, I'll be set. Then again, we might as well make that 6,000, because my friends want in too.
Juneteenth, African American Independence Day, a time to reflect and rejoice.
June 16th through the 19th in downtown Flint, from noon to 9:30 every day.
Vending opportunities.
Oh yeah, there's still time to sign up. Contact us at 810-239-2901. That's 810-239-2901.
Juneteenth,
African American Independence Day. Join the village.
Did I say 25 cents?
Oh man, how you gonna play me like that?
Only on public access.
Capture your future at Mott Community College.
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
you make a user more Apple-friendly? The Flint Apple Club.
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 It is time to reorder our national priorities. All those who now speak of goodwill and who praise the work of such groups as the President's Commission now have the gravest responsibility to stand up and act for the social changes that are necessary to conquer racism in America. If we as a society fail, I fear that we will learn very shortly that racism is a sickness unto death.
That was great, wasn't it, Mom?
Yeah, that was awesome, baby. If you guys want to be a part of that, that was one of Dr. Traci Currie's students. If you want to be a part of that and you want more information, dial 239-2901. That's 810-239-2901. Back to the action.
So I got one up on you. I make my set lists when I show up, because then I never forget them in my room.
I had other work to do today.
I know. I just like, I just like, oh God, what am I doing? This one, also semi-true story. This is for my little sister and all the girls who have become little sister, and it's called When I Met Her. When I met her, she had a fighter stance, ash between her fingers and a backwards glance that allowed her to keep tabs on all the demons piling at her doorstep. The more enthusiastic devils would follow her wherever she went. Tied to her hair with primer cord, they were like little napalm marionettes that whispered in her ear and told her how to walk. Wow. And I could see all of this, just by the way she danced in off the street, with an air of confidence that many mistook as arrogance, but was really just her way of saying, my inner child would beat your inner child. Give her a chance. And it goes without saying that I liked her from the very beginning. She sat down across from me with a patchwork belief system, thigh-high insecurities, and some of my favorite words scarred across her back. And like one misfit recognizes another, I know it was more of a challenge than a request when she said, teach me. And I am terrified of the day that I don't understand we can speak with our eyelids, the way they turn down like the corners of our mouth, the tension in the neck when we think no one is watching, the silence we hold between breaths. I am terrified of the day that I don't understand there is a difference between what is said and what is meant. She said, teach me. And yet, I heard her say, tell me there is an end, or at least shelter in sight, that pain converts to wisdom because I've been willing to believe, I just need to hear someone say it. Tell me, how am I to understand identity when I don't comprehend my parents? Tell me, how am I to gain religion when all I have is the gospel according to 3 a.m. kitchen bread knives against the skin when all I really wanted was to feel something touch me? Tell me that the road I chose is worth the fight, because I've been fighting all along, I just don't know what it's worth. Tell me what it is to be beautiful. She said, teach me. Her simple words pointing a finger at an ocean rising in me on which rode the leviathans of lessons I had fought through. I wanted to hand her every writhing revelation I had received while swimming for solid ground. I wanted to collect on my tongue the broken bricks of Babel and show her the answers as I had seen them painted on its walls. The world is a vast and magnificent place, just for having you in it. More often than not, you are exactly where you need to be. The most important miracles are the small ones that go unnoticed every day, and there is a miracle in finally becoming aware love doesn't always happen the way you'd expect it. Truth, though disarming, is never a weapon. Patience can heal all the great wounds. So take all the time you need to make yourself beautiful. Take all the time you need to realize you always and already are. I wanted her to hear this, to know it, to store it beneath her skin and grow it. So I prayed in that moment, one misfit heard another. When I said, I'll do the best that I can. This is like my little applause indicator. Like, whether you like me or hate me, I don't care, but as long as I'm drinking this, you guys should be applauding for this place being open. All right. You guys okay with page stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going on my sentence. All right. This one's called, This Is What My Record Player Tells Me, for David Byrne. In a perfect world, God is a middle-aged Hispanic woman. There is free parking and clean water. In a perfect world, we all have 2 feet that work. There are teleporters, park benches everywhere. That is why parking is free. In a perfect world, riot police are naked, except for a variety of brightly colored helmets. There are riots every Tuesday. In a perfect world, they teach about the history of shapes. Every organized religion has an official punk band, and sexuality is considered part of the visible spectrum. In a perfect world, drugs are available, plentiful, and do nothing at all. In a perfect world, we listen all the time. In a perfect world, we thank the in-breath with the exhale. In a perfect world, you can have anything for breakfast. Anything at all. You just have to ask. So, it's my realization that we don't live in a perfect world. I tell people that all the time, and we don't live in my world because parking is not free. One of the things I've been harping on a lot lately is that I have a friend who lives in Calgary and is moving to the United States, and she said to me, Tom, you gotta help me get more Americanized before I move there. I said, fuck. No. And I had explained to her that this country will break your heart over and over again. And so I've been really thinking about that. I watched a lot of news, like I read articles on things, and it's like every time I do that, I'm just like, is it I come from here? And so I have this, I'm really exploring my relationship with my nation and with everything that word means. Whether it means the people, whether it means the land, whether it means the government. So I wrote a couple poems about America. This is called Gone Looking for America. I'm gonna give you the side before I give you the. So we're gonna start over there. Don't worry, we'll get to it. This is called Gone Looking for America. I know you want to fall in love with her again. We all do. It's something in the way she shines. Somewhere deep beneath floor wax and brushed steel, singing along to the blues of the Greyhound Station, PA. We want to love her walking past. A haunting step that shatters our 1,000-yard stare, while we forget that we are waiting for something. The axe to fall, the check to arrive, a scar to form, the next wave of wonder, to come crashing down and shake the teeth from our skull. We are all just waiting for her, a stranger, explaining those new tattoos. A young woman, all pigtails and shotgun. We all want to be the one so clever to comment that she grew to fit that tombstone smile. She seems to spring upon you in the most peculiar places. She waylaid you in the bombed-out smiles of strangers. She ambushed you in the sun-parched rubble clogging the cul-de-sac. She found you on the highway, leaving an unwelcoming city, in a minivan overturned, one wheel spinning, billowing great forests of smoke. She came at you, mud-caked, ego-stroked, brilliant. She arrived, serpentine from the corner of your vision. Moving across the dance floor in blue electric light, she found you among the weeds and the prophets. She came to you amid the act of cutting down. She was there, beside the clean-shaven men and starch-proud women selling wolf tickets, hushed and huddled against the steaming beasts of the field, swaying silent, silently swaying with the crowd gathered beneath the lonely bulb in a basement they mistook as hope. 3. Her name enters the room before her. Never with a bend in the knee or neck exposed, always nostrils open, greedy for her own scent, swallowing great oceans of air, always thinking she was the first to arrive, thinking this ends in her big bed. She fucks with a gun under the pillow. She hates until it's out of fashion. Has no idea where she was last night, and all her apologies come 40 years too late. She prefers to pull the trigger of forget rather than forgive, and assumes no one measures the difference. People like her are the reason I carry a blade. People like her are the reason I keep my laces tight. People like her are the reason I always watch the exits. People like her are the reason I make my name walk behind me. So I guess it's a love-hate relationship. There's kind of the love side. I realize how. Okay, the title of this kind of sums it up. It's Henry Rollins. The title of this is Henry Rollins once said James Brown could never have come from Belgium, to which I say fucking A right. Or America. Or sometimes I have to catalog our blessings too. Henry Rollins, James Brown, Philly cheesesteaks, slam poetry, Marvel Comics, constitutional democracy, the Great Lakes, even though we share them with Canada, Morgan Freeman voiceovers, Apollo 11 missions, Apollo Creed, skateboards, Coney Islands, Motown, Martin Luther King Jr., Tool, 9 Inch Nails and the Talking Heads, Burners and Faygo, Deep Dish Pizza, Jazz, Blues, Star Wars and Star Trek, D.E. Cummings, H.P. Lovecraft, and therefore by association Cthulhu. David Byrne, Johnny Cash, Saul Williams, Bourbon, Hip Hop, Baseball, Shaka Khan, Prince, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Philip K. Dick, and Tom Robbins, pulled pork, the food, not the hobby, Sonic Youth, Kurt Vonnegut, Thanksgiving dinners, the Peace Corps, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, Firefly, the Coen Brothers, snowboarding, Crayola, David Chihuly, Mark Twain, the Seneca Falls Convention, tattoo guns, New York Times crossword puzzle, the Grand Canyon, redwood trees, Ani DeFranco, Converse, Yanni. I know what you're thinking. Yanni's from Greece. He has lived in America since he was 18, so fuck it, we take Yanni too! Charlie Brown and Marilyn Manson, David Sedaris and Wes Anderson, Florida Orange Juice, Black Flag, Ray Bradbury, Larry Niven, Greyhound buses, Ferris wheels, Prince! Yes, Prince again! Ice Cream Sundays, Frederick Douglass, Bruce Lee. Okay. Here. T-shirts, Iggy Pop, Nirvana, deep fried Twinkies, deep fried a lot of things. Michael Rogers, Howlin' Wolf, Mel Brooks, Edgar Allan Poe, Tyree Guyton and the Heidelberg Project, Sesame Street, The Muppets, and all things Jim Henson, chicken and waffles, Krispy Kremes, Carl Sandburg, Walt Whitman, Amish Furniture, Langston Hughes, Bill Hicks, The Mayflower Compact, Dorothy Day, Dr. Pepper, Alex Gray, Lenny Bruce, Timothy Leary, Burning Man, Calvin and Hobbes, Orson Welles, W.E.B. Du Bois, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, your mom, my mom, probably your dad too, you, me, this home, this night, yours truly, thank you, America. I'm probably your mom, I'm just guessing. All right. Okay. Another semi-true story, or one of the only love poems I've ever written? Your choice. Everything. It's a totally true story. The love poem.
Mix them together.
All right, it's a love poem. I'm pissed she's not here because I've only read this like 3 times. So the first time was in front of her, and it was like she lost her shit. It was great. We gotta change the title of this a little bit because she is now my betrothed, my intended, and my fiance. So it's the title, the original title. You guys edit in your head, okay? The title of this is When My Girlfriend Asked If the Way She Loves Frightens Me, I Said No. You Are My Bottle Rocket. It's It's not a perfect analogy, I know. But it's something I understand. It's something I learned during the summer of age 14. A bottle rocket is a perfect, simple device. Firecracker, propellant, wrapped in paper, glued to a stick. Really, the possibilities are endless. The proper use never even occurred to me. I wanted to discover something dangerous. My favorite technique was thus. Grip it lightly, light it quickly. Just before it ignites, swing my arm in an arc, release at the zenith. If timed correctly, a stream of fire will originate at my fingertips, race directly towards the heaven, if thrown correctly. I spent a summer trying to perfect this. Most of my scars have healed, faded, but I learned from each of them. Burnt fingers and wrists, my constant coded reminders, lessons to apply. Stand confident, plant your feet, ignore the last pain, be quick, be nimble. Timing is crucial, decipher something dangerous. This is fun. Some things are simple, perfect, made to sparkle, destined to explode. If done correctly, a light will originate from my fingertips and race directly towards the heavens. I learned to love her that summer. Years before the night I gently touched her hair, I knew how to hold her, because I had practiced handling that which is designed to explode. I have trained myself. I do not flinch. I am not afraid or unready. Go ahead, explode. Flare up beautiful in my face, I am ready. Swing in the arc of my arms. Meet me at the zenith. Explode, I am ready. Shower me with your light. Go ahead, explode. You are made for this. I do not want to change you. I just want to be there when you change.
Are you interested in helping your community? Are you concerned about the homeless, literacy, or other community needs? Would you consider mentoring a young person, helping an older adult, or planting a garden? Then you're a perfect candidate to volunteer here. It's a webpage designed to match your time, talent, and interests with a variety of volunteer opportunities right here in your community. Just visit www.volhere.org and enjoy a rewarding time doing what you do best, a service of the Resource Center.
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
You can't. How do you make a user more Apple-friendly? The Flint Apple Club.
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 Hey, Dr. Traci Currie, how much time do I got?
Plenty.
Plenty? I'm good? Okay. You cut me off, seriously.
Okay.
That's your job, done. If you're just like pitch a chair at me, kick something up.
Got a chair right
All right.
here.
Okay. So, walking shows up a lot in my poetry because that was kind of the place I did a lot of the writing, was tooling around on my feet. And you'll notice that it's kind of a motif. So, this is another semi-true story. When I go out walking, see, it's right there. When I go out walking, I see things that are not there, that cannot be and never were, and yet that doesn't stop them from being real enough. It's when I'm standing on a corner, trying to think, but all I can hear is the trees above me, burning, sprouting tongues of flame like phosphorescent hummingbirds. I have strolled right past silver-winged serpents and gods with feline feet and baby birds between their jaws, and they all whispered the same thing, saying, "Child, you'll be all right." And yet, anyone who's ever loved me knows that something here is off, out of balance. Even these idle observers can see it, because I'm wearing my chaos like a second skin, laced up tight with scar tissue, something to insulate me from these wicked Midwestern winters of frozen salt and stone. Something to keep me warm. And there's no need for any of you to tell me that I'm crazy. I made my peace with that a long time ago. But I need you to know that not everything I see is a delusion. I need you to bear witness to every one of those spiraling threads reaching out of me, reaching out of you, binding us together. We are connected. With every breath we draw, we are connected. From every living creature on this earth grows a line that passes directly through the center of you. I want you to breathe deep. Follow that oxygen down inside you to the places where these lines are tied. You are the nexus of a gossamer web, the center of a circle that includes us all. We are not lifeless satellites drifting cold and distant. Everything we touch is connected. And I have to tell you, we touch everything. It's all there. I just need you to see it. It's every love we set free, every life we held between our fingers, everyone we sank our teeth into, and all those that bit us back. We are connected. Keep breathing. I need you to see this. It's the sinners, the saints, the scavengers, the creators, the consumers. We are connected. Keep breathing. I need you to see this. It's the artists, the killers, the liars, the losers, the victors. We are connected. Keep breathing. I need you to see this. It's the hungry, the homeless, the lonely, the abused, the met, the unmet, the sheltered, the politicians, the perverts, the psychopaths, and the prophets. We are connected. Keep breathing. I need you to see this. And if you can't, if you won't, if you want to deny this truth, throw up your hands, snatch down these lines, and cry out, "Sweet Jesus, when will it end?" I'm not going to call you crazy. I'm going to tell you to be patient and keep breathing. Just keep breathing and pray that this madness overtakes us just enough so we can all see this eventually. Oh God, bless you. All right. Put that over there. It's a little too full to put on that. End up dribbling it all over my stand. Okay. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, maybe I don't have one up on me. Okay. I lost my syphilis. Did you hide it in your room? Okay.
See?
I know. I talked some shit, now it comes back to hit me. Right. I haven't read this in a long time. I just kind of enjoy this one. It's a little page poem. And I was really thinking of submitting this as my bio, but then I was like, no, you can't submit a poem as your bio. That's just... You else can't do that. I mean, you should, but... So, it's called This Boy. This boy was built on headaches in the slow shake of the trees outside the second-story window. He was raised on the stillness of Sunday morning and expired prescriptions. He was bound to twist. He grew up calling himself a carpenter, shaped his body out of hardwood, knows the name of every tool and how to hold them right. This boy never played with dynamite. He is always dead serious. This boy can list all the saints. He has secret names for all the birds. He's never met a map he couldn't burn. This boy is bound to twist. He has a laugh like pocket change. This boy is always given away. This boy has been dreaming like claymores. He has carved point towards enemy on his open palms. He is a self-portrait of artillery shells. He is hoping someday his heart will burst. strands of resistance from her tongue, weaves them with the shattered pieces of the status quo to make my definition, my benchmark for unconventional beauty. One night when she felt the brightness turning off within her, she took a journey to the end of her rope, which resulted in a cry for help and police cars. She had enough defiance left in her spirit to tell the responding officer to quit screaming in her face, saying, "I'm depressed, not deaf, asshole." He locked her in a cage, and with spite whistling through his perfect teeth, called her a lunatic, which means of the moon, as if that were anything to be ashamed of. Because at some point, we all go toe-to-toe with the darkness. Even an earthbound angel burning in the ethereal must stand face to face and inhale the sweet stench of our condition, and I say, do not hide it. Do not fight it. The shattering comes quickly, and all we can do is ride it, and I know you have seen them. The mold breakers and the brilliant, the misfit and majestic, all running from that approaching tidal wave of night. Stand tall, turn, and face it, stepping graceful into breakdown. And I have seen you among them, cursing your eyes in landscape of gray. Look up, lunatic. Take your lessons from the moon. Move through your cycle. Feel your pendulum swing. Embrace that you are not always full and rising. Love those telltale scars that can be read from a distance. And never forget that at times, we are all dark side. Feeling to be shadow, a wall of stone without the sun, and then look up. There are other lights across your heavens, coaxing you along until that great light comes round again, and I have seen them. I can point them out and name them for you in turn. There is a woman. She's riding her survival like an arc across the sky. She'll swing low when kindred hands reach up. There is a boy. He's growing you orchards of patience from the ruin, teasing phoenixes from your cinders. There is a girl. She's perfecting the art of crashing joyfully, just to prove to you how strong fragile can be, and you should see them. When you feel the brightness turning off within you, look up, lunatic. There are other lights across your dark skies. They are light across your dark skies, telling you the songs you must sing, humming you along until you're strong enough to carry the tune. When lost is your gospel and fear your saint, look up. I know a girl. She's painting a life story wrist to wrist across her skin. She'll map your way with lantern light on her arms. I know a man who will smile to greet the wild dogs along your path and fight them so you might walk unburdened. Look up. I know a boy who will carve you love notes in his chest, thinks of wisdom as seeds, and spends his daylight hours soaking his hands in gasoline, knowing that your turn is coming, will rush to that leading edge of night, raise his arms and burn. See him as a soft glow on your horizon, spelling out impulses. You are not alone. You are not alone. My sweet lunatic, please, look up. No, you don't get three. Three, bastard. He is. That's all right. Know yourself. I got books for sale.
Oh, woohoo!
They're $10.
Only $10.
I go places and I'm like, oh, they're $10, and they're like, shit, I'm the one who has to teach them how to do this. Yeah, they're only $10. If you can support me, I would be. Oh, I'm sorry, it's got a wonderful full color picture in the front. That's actually the first drawing that the girl that last poem was about. That's the first drawing she did for the tattoo that is now on my back. Yeah. So it's kind of fun little. She's fine, by the way. So.
The lunatic?
Yeah, the lunatic. Yeah, she's fine. She is doing quite well. If you can support me, that's wonderful. I'm always appreciative. If you can't support me, please turn and support the people in your community and your families and your life. If you can't do that, get your priorities straight. It should be if I'm on the other end of that, that's great. But if you're on this end of the spectrum, you need to go home and do some real work. So one more? Is that? Yeah. Okay. What? I don't know, what did you say?
2.
Yeah.
I said 2.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna do a fun one. This is my, I also had a moment where someone asked me to write a poem. They were like, we're gonna do some poems for Detroit. And I was like, okay, I'll write a love poem for Detroit. And then I was like, I don't have a love-hate relationship with this place. It's more of a, you've affected me and I've affected you kind of thing. And it's more of a, kind of relationship. And so this is the poem that ended up coming out of that. And it's actually about all the times I've left Detroit. So, we're going to do one more of these, and we're going to go right in the poem. If I can remember it. And I love that I don't have to explain any of the Detroit references. No. How's it go? I left there once, in a bus, headed west out through Chicago. Out under the gunmetal gray skies of Iowa in October, 15 hours, one way to Des Moines. And yes, I did a lot of stupid shit back then when I had bright orange hair and a fresh scar on my back that looked a lot like a bullet wound. She referred to me, the girl that I went to visit in Iowa, obviously, she referred to me as a Detroit boy. And I was inclined to let her. Even after her friends started asking me stupid questions. Things like, you're from Detroit? Does that mean you're in a gang? Have you ever been shot? I said, fuck yeah, we're all in gangs. And I learned something out there. That I am never separate from my imagination. A warped and twisted thing that if rendered in 3D would look a lot like the southeast corner of this fair state. And I left there once. In a plane, headed south down to Texas. Chaperoning 24 high school students, we had our city name and pride spray painted across our chests with an anthem that started, on the east side, that's where I met my Ramona. I wanna go to a party. But when we landed, they wanted to go shopping. Yes, for the most part, they were privileged white suburbanites. But they were my kids. And I thought that gave them a little bit more of an edge. Following them into a hot topic, I noticed that up at the counter, they were selling Faygo Pop for $2.99.
What?
And I laughed. I laughed long and hard until the girl behind the counter with her dyed black hair in front of one eye, a little piercing over the other, cherry tattoos on her neck, said, hey, what's so fucking funny? You're selling Faygo Pop for $2.99! It's like a specialty drink. Girl, you don't even know what makes it special! Not unlike myself and these children behind me, it's not where we're from, it's not where we're going, but who loves us that makes the difference. I left there once, in a car that eventually traveled in all directions, passing through 18 states, stopping in 8 cities, traveling 3,778 miles in 25 days by myself. And every metropolitan area I came to, I went walking. And I got lost. On purpose. When I encountered some wide-eyed youth in Boston who asked me how I, in my right mind, could be in an unfamiliar city with no destination or direction to speak of, I said, first of all, I'm very rarely in my right mind. Second, I know where home is. It's a place that taught me to walk this way, head held high, confident that I am the most amazing thing you will meet on 2 feet today. So yeah, that's mine. I love that I don't have to explain Faygo to you guys. It's so awesome. Go places and they're like, isn't that what ICP drinks? Yes. All right, I'm gonna go out on this. I'm training to be a teacher, and my belief, one of my worldviews, is that to be a teacher, you must constantly be a student. And some of the best teaching is the stuff you will teach yourself.
Rewind.
Some of the best teaching is the stuff you will teach yourself. So I started making a list, and it became my rules for surviving. So these are my lessons. 1. I'm not going to number them all, I'm just going to read them. always have a laugh hidden beneath your shirt collar or in your shoes. Take time to learn the names of your favorite flowers. Make them up if you have to. Learn the difference between a smile and an insult. Learn what type of people don't understand the difference. Cause less hurt. Make a list of things not worth fighting for. Eat fruits and vegetables because they taste good. Find something to love and love it for the rest of your life. Wake up every morning and get out of bed. Talk to strangers. Seek out dissenting opinions and listen. Acknowledge the flaws in historical perspective, both personal and public. Write it down and realize it was worth writing. Defend the weak. Never forget that you too were once displaced. Cause less hurt. Make a list of people worth fighting for. Learn how not to fight. Take off your shoes more often, especially if this is where you've hidden your laughter. Look people and animals and ghosts in the eye. Don't be afraid to howl. Shake your fist and crush the world between your teeth, because sometimes the biting needs to happen. Have creative friends, people that will get you in and out of sticky situations. Trust yourself. Believe in gravity. It is the attraction of matter towards all other matter. Cause less hurt. Listen to music frequently. Dance often, if possible, in your underwear. Do not critique sunsets or anything else that hasn't asked for it. Learn to stand still. Train your body to realize that anger and violence are not identical and do not have to be connected. Apologize. Yeah. Build something with your hands that makes you smile. Train your body to realize these are connected. Know when to say you are angry. Never go to bed angry. Know when to go to bed. Acknowledge the importance of your dreams. Acknowledge the likeness you bear to those you consider your enemies. Let love be your first and favorite weapon, and raise it like the dawn. Cause less hurt. Thank you.
I'm happy to hear that. I hope you guys agree with that. Yes. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take us out with some thank yous. We definitely want to thank Ken out there for this space. Awesome Roof Foundation. Please give it up to them. The open mic list, Reality, Joseph, Caleb, and AJ. Give it up for them. My own personal thing, whenever I see writers in the audience, and I don't know everyone's name, but some people I did see, Jan Rick Nelson. Katie, Elizabeth Taylor, Nick, Cloud, give it up for them. When you have fellow writers in the audience, I like to acknowledge them because we all make each other better. So give it up for the features, please. Make sure you support the artist. Tom's book is $10.
Only $10.
He's practically giving them away. March 16th, make sure you join us back here for Women About Women, celebrating Women's History Month.
What date is that?
March 16th. Only March 16th. The artists are T. Miller, Andrea Daniel, Dawn, Deb Spire, and Jen. So please come back and visit them. They will be awesome. If you love something that you heard tonight, say we loved it.
Love
it. If you love America, especially after you heard that one, please say we love it. We love it. If you love Whitney and Heavy D and Don Cornelius, please say we love them. We love them. All right, well, we're going to leave out with love, peace, and soul.
only on public access.
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
You can't. How do you make a user more Apple-friendly? The Flint Apple Club.
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 Hello, my name is Ed Bullard from the Flint, Genesee Hate Crime Response Task Force. In Michigan, hate crimes are defined as a criminal offense committed against a person or property which is motivated in whole or in part by the offender's bias against a race, national origin, religion, sexual orientation, mental or physical disability, or ethnicity. Federal and some local laws include gender identity. Cross-burning, white hoods, swastikas, and slurs may be hate crime indicators. All human beings are born free with equal dignity and rights. All blood runs red. Let's stop hate crimes. For more information, contact the Michigan Alliance Against Hate Crimes.
Capture your future at Mott Community College.
Hi, my name's Paul Herring Jr., and my dad said he'd pay me $25 for every person I got to come down and join the village, whatever that means. So I figured I'd just come on TV, smile real nice, and ask you guys to come down and join the village. So if 1,000 of you guys come down and tell my dad you saw this commercial, I'll be set. Then again, we might as well make that 6,000, because my friends want in too.
Juneteenth, African American Independence Day, a time to reflect and rejoice.
June 16th through the 19th in downtown Flint, from noon to 9:30 every day.
Vending opportunities.
Oh yeah, there's still time to sign up. Contact us at 810-239-2901. That's 810-239-2901.
Juneteenth, African American Independence Day. Join the village.
Did I say 25 cents?
Oh man, how you gonna play me like that?
3, 2, 1, race it.
That don't stop me trying.
Hi, this is Jim Scroviero. We're here at Skid Marks Raceway. We're here racing our slot cars. It's made in Flint. We're proud of it.
Wow, that was great. What an amazing night. You know, we're still always looking for talent. So if you got something, singing, rapping, dancing, poetry, anything, and you want to show off your talent, dial 239-2901. You can catch us here on a FAT, Channel 17.
The place to be seen.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
May happen when you come to these shows, so just keep coming back. We encourage everyone to come. It's always different. There's always a different element of surprise that I'm not prepared for. Katie's always here. She knows. Joseph.
Hello, my name is Ed Bullard from the Flint, Genesee Hate Crime Response Task Force. In Michigan, hate crimes are defined as a criminal offense committed against a person or property which is motivated in whole or in part by the offender's bias against a race, national origin, religion, sexual orientation, mental or physical disability, or ethnicity. Federal and some local laws include gender identity. Cross burning, white hoods, swastikas, and slurs may be hate crime indicators. All human beings are born free with equal dignity and rights. All blood runs red. Let's stop hate crimes. For more information, contact the Michigan Alliance Against Hate Crimes.
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
How do you make an apple more user-friendly?
You can't. How do you make a user more Apple-friendly? The Flint Apple Club.
The Flint Apple Club.
The Flint Apple Club.
The Flint Apple Club.
Your Flint Apple Club.
The Flint Apple Club.
Check this out, you gotta see this. See this frog? If I add boiling water.
No, wait.
See that? He jumps out.
Smart frog.
Now this guy, he's just as smart, but he won't jump out. Could jump out, but he won't.
Really?
He'll just stay in the beaker as the temperature slowly rises, never noticing, until he boils alive.
Why doesn't he just get out? I mean, if he can get out, he should just get out. Right?